Hello. So today I just want to talk about oh yeah. Today I just wanted to talk about I guess finding balance between being content and at the same time not falling into complacency. This is something that personally has been a struggle for me. If I'm rocking it's because it's my baby's time to sleep, and yeah, sometimes it's better to just wear her instead of trying to fight her. Anyways, ADHD and trying to go through different topics. Yeah, so this is something definitely that I've struggled with, um, or battled with in a sense. Just trying to find that balance or like walking that line is just it's such a thin line, I feel. So how can you learn to be content and not be complacent? I guess let's start with when do you typically feel not content? This is what I realized. Sometimes, at least for me, I'm focused so much on my goals, on the things that and on the things that I want to achieve, that I forget to cherish what I have at the moment. I start complaining about my current reality. I start complaining about or comparing myself with people that I look up to and how I'm not there yet, or even people that I feel are in my level yet feel a little bit more advanced and I'm not even there yet either. Um, and it's just so hard to fall into this place of unhappiness, and then your pursuits, they're not coming from a place of abundance anymore. They're coming from a place of scarcity, because it's like you're so unhappy where you are that you're just striving to achieve stuff rather than enjoying your journey. And most of the time, you need to enjoy your journey. That's like, at least that's what I've heard in everything. And honestly, anything that I've achieved in life, looking back, I realized that I actually enjoyed the journey. I didn't strive for it. I wasn't like suffering through it until I finally achieved whatever. Like, it wasn't like that. It's typically you enjoying it. And so it is really important to find contentment whenever you're trying to achieve something. But again, we sometimes you feel like if I'm content, then it's like, why will I even want to pursue more if I'm already content with what I have or where I'm at? So where will I even find the motivation? And what if I just, give up? Because it's like achieving contentment sometimes feels like giving up, or at least that's how it's felt for me. And I know that that's something that my husband has expressed as well, that he's experienced. Another reason why I do think it's important, though, to learn to be content is because I'm a believer, and I do believe that He is the owner of everything, right? He owns the gold, He owns the silver, He owns like everything in the world. It's His. And at the same time, He's like the master orchestrator. He has the ability to open doors that no man can close. And if He has a purpose and something that He has put in my heart, He has put in your heart, a dream that He wants you to achieve, then He is the one that is going to orchestrate that, because it was His will for you to achieve that, right? If it is His will, like figuring that out, that's a whole other topic. But let's say that it is His will for you to achieve this thing, that God truly put a dream in your heart. So at ultimately, you need to be in alignment with Him and with His word. And you know so at the end of the day, when you finally achieve these things, this is going to be a blessing, right? When you finally achieve the dream that He's instilling in your heart, it's going to be a blessing. So blessings are gifts, right? And I just want you to imagine that you give a gift to somebody, right? You give them this present and they receive it and they're like, oh yeah, thanks, I guess. I mean, thank you for what you've given me. But there's no true gratitude. Like, would you feel inclined to want to give more to that person? Probably not, right? So what you have right now and what you have achieved right now, the talents that you have right now, the abilities that have, like, everything is a gift from the Lord. And if you're not cherishing that, then what makes you think he's going to want to give you more, right? The Bible does say as well, faithful in little, faithful in plenty. So we need to learn to be faithful and grateful in the little, to prove, in a sense, I believe, that we are capable and we're going to be capable of being faithful and grateful in the plenty, that we're going to continue to, you know what, put him first and acknowledge him in all of our steps and all of our paths, and acknowledge the blessings that he's given us, and heart and really like heartfelt, and have, I don't know, I'm stumbling on my words, and really express like heartfelt gratitude towards him, and show him that that's how it's gonna be always, you know. And whenever he takes us to the mountains, it's like he's still gonna be first, because whenever we were low, um, you know, we were focusing on him still. So, anyways, so, anyways, how so all this to say, it is important. It is like foundational for you to find contentment in your striving or thriving, right? It's really important for you to enjoy your journey, because I truly believe that if you do not find contentment, you won't get there. You won't achieve it. So, how do I find contentment? There's different things that have worked for me. The first one is just practice gratitude. And to get like the muscle started, I have done lists of things that I am grateful for, to kind of like train that muscle of gratitude, of finding the things that are good in my life. So I first started with a list of 100 things that I'm grateful for, or maybe you can just get started with 50 things that you're grateful for and just write it down, and do not finish writing until you achieve at least 50. And if you go to 100, then fantastic. But really make that list and just learn to be grateful for even the little things. Sometimes I'm like, I'm grateful that, I don't know, I'm grateful that, I can't think of something right now, of a tiny example. I don't know. I'm grateful that I have nice finger nail beds, because they're cute and I like watching my hands. I don't know. It's just an example, but it can be even the tiniest things. And you like, when you learn to be grateful for the tiniest things, it's like you start seeing God in the tiny things as well. So that's the first way. And I want to say it's the easiest way. The hardest way, and that I have applied, and that it's also made a difference, is to lay whatever I'm pursuing at God's feet, because sometimes we can fall into making an idol of our goal or our pursuit, or like that end image, right? We tend to make an idol and set our happiness in there. Obviously, if you're not content, and you're hoping that you will be finally content when you achieve that, then you've set your happiness and your joy in that. And your happiness and your joy should be in the Lord, right? The joy of the Lord is our strength. Like he is the one that has to be our source. And so sometimes we may need to lay something at God's feet and say, you know what, God, I trust that you've set this in my heart. I'm going to lay it at your feet, and sometimes just surrender it and take a break. Maybe even fast from that. Fast from taking action, fast from talking about it, fast from thinking about it or planning on it. Like, just take a break and like reconnect with God and make him your source. Because at the end of the day, you need to be in communion with him if you are to achieve the purpose that he has set for your life, right? Because nothing is because like God is our everything, right? We cannot do anything without him. Like, we may make plans, but at the end of the day, it's his will that prevails. So we really need to be in alignment and communion. God is never going to give us something that is going to take his place. So sometimes we need to let that down and lay it at his feet, take a little break, and recoup after, I don't know, I'm not sure how long, maybe a year, maybe a month, maybe a week. That's something that you can determine with your conversations with God, but that's definitely something that I've done as well. and it has taken me to a place of contentment. And from that place of contentment, I've been able to, like, of genuine contentment, I've been able to get back up and get started again with motives that are a little bit more clean and more aligned to God. Sometimes He needs to prune our motivations as well. So anyways, I run out of time. That's all for the day, and I really hope that you like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.